Hello and welcome to a Business Minute with Lily Lopez, presented by the South Florida Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. We're at Booyah, one of the nicest restaurants here in Coral Gables, where the South Florida Hispanic Chamber of Commerce was having its annual legislative debrief. And with me is the moderator of said panel and also the immediate past chair of the South Florida Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, one of my best friends and one of the best chairmen that we've had in our organization in the last 28 years. Felipe, thank you so much for moderating the panel. Actually, you were the person who said we have to do an annual legislative debrief because you're full of ideas. And well, you know I love you and everybody in the chamber loves you. So how was it today? How did you feel? How were the legislators? What did they talk about? Just a brief overview.
Yeah, no, there's a few things. Number one, yes, you're absolutely right. It is important for the chamber to provide a legislative debrief. Number one, let's inform our constituents, our members, our public around what our legislation is doing. And what we need to understand is what are the issues that the state of Florida, in this particular case, was addressing in their special session. And you heard from three incredible elected officials who actually were very clear and candid about many issues. We talked about the $112.1 billion budget that became $109 billion with some of the governor's vetoes. Yet the team was very specific around certain areas of legislation that were brought forth and how those bills were brought into case. We had some conversations around solar energy and just, you know, both points were brought up across, which I think is great. Our legislatures actually work really well together, very bipartisan.
I noticed that.
Yeah, no,
we had one Republican and two Democrats today. Right?
Yes, we did.
That was good. That was interesting,
and they both brought the positions. They showed their points of agreement for our specific community, as well as overarching ideas within the state of Florida. We touched on some sensitive issues, probably around critical race theory and the infamous "Don't Say Gay" bill. We also talked about the Roe v. Wade and also the legislation passed regarding abortion rights within the state of Florida. But we really focus a lot around how the budget works, how it's impacting us in South Florida. These things are critical in order to understand what our elected officials are doing to represent our community.
And Felipe, I think we should be doing more of these, even if it's just once a year. The fact that there were a lot of issues that we weren't able to address.
Sure.
Maybe this is like something that we could eventually maybe do every 6 months.
Well, actually,
because people were very enthusiastic and they were happy and clapping. So I realized, wow, this is something that we could do more.
Well, I mean, the reality is it's a legislation debrief, meaning it's an after the fact. The truth is we should have a legislation pre-brief that before we get up there to talk about the issues that we are concerned about. There are so many organizations, so many groups, so many different people who want to enact certain change or resolve certain concerns within our community that we need to bring forth that to them to know when they're heading up to session that they're equipped with what their constituents are saying. That'll be critically important, and I do agree. I think it's something that we should do with more frequency.
And Felipe and I've known each other for 22 years. He has been instrumental in the growth of this organization, and the last 3 years we've really boomed.
Sure.
We are so well known, so respected. So how do you see the future of the South Florida Hispanic Chamber of Commerce?
Well, no, the future's only getting brighter for the South Florida Hispanic Chamber. I believe that there's a lot that we're doing as an organization in order to, number one, represent the business cases of what we need, and also our Hispanic population within the state of Florida, specifically South Florida. And it's a really great place to convene, come together, talk about your issues, network. But I think the evolution of getting into more legislative debriefs and hearing more about what our elected officials are being challenged with is more and more important. And I encourage more people to come and join us because I think they'll find tremendous value in what we do here.
And our next event is also something that is very important, which is the green event. And it's great because we're teaching our members. And I, for one, as a Hispanic, before these events, I wouldn't pay so much attention. And I was recently in Dominican Republic and you see plastic bottles in the beach and this and that, and immediately you become concerned and you worry. So it's important when we do these events because not only do our members learn, but we learn ourselves.
Sure.
So I'm very happy that we've been able to provide so many different types of events that really teach our members. And I know we have to go because this is a business minute, and I'm so happy that you were here, you moderated our panel, and as always, very happy to be with Felipe, who is one of the most important people for me in the South Florida Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. Thank you, Felipe.
No, thank you, Lily.
Thank you. And I'll see you all next week at the next time, same time. And thank you for tuning in to another episode of A Business Minute with Lily Lopez. Thank you.